If you're wondering what's going on, so am I. This is Nicholas Andy talking about allegations against one of my favorite book YouTubers, Dan Greene, Daniel Greene, not to be confused with the voice actor. He allegedly essayed Niami King, I think also a booktuber, but I'm not sure. It's neither here nor there, but I have seen his response before you guys are asking, and it's not a good response, honestly. Like, it's very clear that he's reading from a script, and that he's, just by the way his eyes are moving. Like, I'm not the best to judge body language, obviously. I mean, you can tell from me now that I've lost weight, but that's neither here nor there. But the thing I'm trying to articulate here is that it was very clear he was reading a script. Like, his eyes were moving a certain way that he was reading a script, which makes it really hard for me to believe his side of the story. Now, I do believe that he's innocent until proven guilty. I don't want to jump to the gun on anything like this. Just as many studios have done with the Johnny Depp Amber Heard situation. I don't think it's right to just jump the gun on something like this. I'm not currently taking a side. But what Daniel Greene has posted, from what I've seen of it, yeah, Dan, sorry dude, but that's not a good response. You're literally just reading from a script. And I can tell you this about what I'm doing right now. I am actually very clearly not reading a script. In fact, I'll just show you. I'll just turn the camera around. You can see all this is just me scrolling down through YouTube about the situation and trying to articulate what's been going on and comprehend it. Like, there is no script that I'm reading from. I'm not currently reading from a script. Like, I'm actually trying to assess the situation just as much as everyone else is. Honestly, but again, I don't know if I can take a side on this, because it's very possible the allegations could be false, but what Daniel Greene has been reading, like the way I've seen from that response video, granted I haven't seen the original video, you can go watch that for yourself, but what I've seen from Daniel Greene, it's very clear he's reading from a script, and I really have a hard time trying to believe him. And I'd say I am not going to try to play sympathy on either party for now. I mean, I don't really have much respect for Daniel Greene at this moment, but I just want to be clear, I'm going to stay neutral on this until the situation actually can get resolved. And unlike someone like James Tullis, whose video on the channel and stuff was kind of but I was never planning on doing any collaborations with Dan on anything. And unlike, let's say, the E Pluribus Unum situation, I've never even considered any sort of collaboration, because he's had, I think, way more subscribers than I have. So that's a whole other situation. And as someone who's been in difficult situations like this, again, it's best to take both sides into account. But in this case, I don't know if I can really side with Daniel Greene, because again, his video might be scripted. And you're wondering why I'm repeating myself, because that's, one, I'm autistic, two, I'm not reading from a script. You could very clearly see I was not reading from a script. So it is just so, I don't know if I can feel comfortable continuing this. This is just wrong on so many levels. I cannot believe something like this actually happened. Like, I want to believe that this is consensual, but I just can't. And at this point, I do somewhat believe Naomi about this. To you, Naomi, if this is true, sorry that happened to you. And sorry that you were probably taken advantage by one of your favorite YouTubers. It was wrong for him to act that way. And I will say this is actually worse. I don't know, maybe this is almost as bad as like Ashley Taylor not getting rid of her moderators when they were abusing their power over people like me because they didn't like my Phineas and Ferb joke for some reason. No, this is actually worse because you're directly taking advantage of your own fans by potentially essaying one of them. That is not a good look. Like, again, I'm not going to jump the gun and say these are true. It's very likely that these could be false. But on the other hand, yeah. At this point, I'm going to unsubscribe from him until the situation can be resolved, possibly in a court of law or settled out of court. Until then, I will not be watching much of his content.